And welcome to this week's Lunch and Learn. We are going to continue with Microsoft Calendar, and this week we have Amber Richmond, who is going to share a few tips and tricks and show us about categorizing and how to create recurrences. So with that, we're going to turn this over to Amber Richmond.
Hello, thank you, Christine. Let me share my screen really quick. Okay, so I want to start off with the online calendar. So if you're in the online version, kind of looks like this when you come down here to the calendar. And so I want to just first of all show you how to create a new event. There are several ways to create a new event. One way is just simply double clicking on the day and it'll take you to the screen to create a new event. Another way is up here, there is a new event button in the top left, and you can also create a new event there. So when you're creating an event, you simply will title it. So I'm going to put my daughter's birthday because today is her birthday, because I want to show you how to create a reoccurring event, an event that happens, in this case, would happen yearly. It would happen every year on this day. And so I'm going to go to the calendar and choose my day. This happens to be an all-day event. So if it's something that happens within a certain time period, you can select when it starts, when it stops, or you can make it an all-day thing where it happens all day long. And then down here is when you want it to alert you that this event is going to occur. So I like to get alerted the day before so I don't forget, but you can always change that or have it remind you at the time of the event or not remind you at all. And so to make this occur every day, like every year on that day, I'm going to click here and I'm going to choose how often I want it to repeat. So in this case, I want it to recur every year. And then it gives me a couple of options. Either I want it to recur every year on this date, or because this is the second Tuesday of the month, I could choose that, but I want it to recur on this day every year. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. So again, I just went here to the repeat and chose yearly. And so in addition to making it occur yearly, I also want it to show up as a different color than other things on my calendar. So up here we have some options. And so here I want to categorize it. So right now I have different color categories, and I also made a category called birthday. So before I just select birthday, I want to show you how I made this category. So if I come down here, I can click manage categories. And then that's where I get to all of my options to manage the different colors. So I can click edit. So if I want my blue category to be work things, I can name that work things. I can change the colors. And so that's how I made this birthdays. When you're done editing your categories, you can always just exit out and then the category will be here. So I'm going to make this pink because I made birthdays pink, and I'm going to save it. All right. And now you can see that Desiree's birthday showed up on my calendar. Here it's pink, it's pretty. And it will show up every year. Now, in addition to that, over here, I can choose which things show up on my calendar. So if I don't want to see all my work stuff, I can turn those on and off. If I want to make a category just for birthdays, so I can put all my birthdays in there, I can come up here and I can add a calendar, and I can do a blank calendar. So if you already have your birthdays and they're in like your Google Calendar or something, you can go to add a personal calendar and add those. But in this case, I'm going to create a blank calendar and I'm going to name it birthdays. And I can choose a custom color for that. I can even choose a picture if I want to have a balloon or something. And then I'm going to go ahead and make it a heart. And I'm going to save this calendar. And it's telling me it couldn't because I already have a calendar named that. So I'm going to do personal birthdays. And I'm going to save that. So now I have this category here named personal birthdays, and I can add things to my personal birthday calendar. So if I click here, I can choose to add that to my personal birthdays and then add my birthdays all on that one. So that way I can toggle them on and off as needed. So again, to add a reoccurring event, I could just say add a birthday, and I'm going to come down here to the correct date, choose all day, and I'm going to repeat this every year on this date. So it's pretty easy to create reoccurring events and to even color code them and to make them on their own personal calendars. So if I want that to show up, I can have that. I'm going to go ahead and turn this one off so you can see. So I have this showing up. If I want it to not show up, I can just unselect it here to toggle it on and off. And I can choose what shows up, holidays. And so that's pretty much it. It's quick and easy. If I want to create an event that doesn't happen yearly, but happens every so often, I can also do that through my repeat option here. So my options are, I want it to repeat every day, every week. Maybe you have something that you want to occur every month, once a month, yearly, or you can even do custom occurrences. So I can say I want this to reoccur every 2 weeks on Wednesday. And I can add an end date. So if you have a meeting or something that you want to show up like on the 3rd Monday of each month, we can adjust that here. So we can say we want to repeat every 2 weeks, or I like say I want it every 3rd Monday of the month. I can put my meeting and I can choose when I want it to repeat. So let's say monthly, and we can do on the 2nd Wednesday. That's where I am at right now. So if I wanted it on the 3rd Monday, I could come up here, find the 3rd Monday, repeat monthly. And again, I chose Sunday instead of Monday. There we go, Monday. Monday. So I want it on the 3rd Monday. And then I can save that. And then this event will show up on the 3rd Monday every month. And again, I can categorize it if I want to. I can set an alert to alert me, to remind me, either 15 minutes before. I could have it remind me the day before, a week before. And then I could invite my people, all that stuff. I could search for where I want it. You can also put your Zoom links in here. And yeah, I can invite people that I want to. I'm going to go ahead and save this, and you'll see it in here. It's right here, meeting. If I ever want to edit that, I can delete it here, or I can edit it. Then you can choose to edit just this event, or you can choose to edit this and all the following events, or so this is like this one and then all the ones coming after, or I can choose to edit all of the events in the entire series. So let's say I don't want it on the 3rd Monday. Instead, I want to move it to Tuesdays. I could go in, change that to the 18th, change my repeat. So now it's on Tuesdays. You're going to see they all moved over here. When I go to next month, again, I go to my third Tuesday, I moved it to Tuesday. So now it's here and it's right here. So it's pretty easy to make these events, to edit them, to delete them. You can choose what day you want it to end. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of the events in the series. And you see now that event is gone.
So Amber, how do I know which calendar I'm creating an event on? If I have lots of calendars that I'm managing, how do I know which calendar I'm putting an event on?
That is a great question. So when I click new event right here, when you're creating the event, you can choose which calendar you want that event to go into. I have a lot of calendars.
Me too.
And so it's pretty simple. If I wanted to edit this, let's say I created it in the wrong calendar. I can go here, I can edit all of the series, and then I can come here and I can choose the calendar too. So if I wanted to move that first birthday I made and put it into personal birthdays, I could do that as well. If I put it in the wrong calendar, I can go back and change that as well. Okay, now let's look at the Outlook app. It looks very similar. Right now I'm looking at the day view. Let me go into the month view. So you can see I have a lot of calendars turned on. I can turn them off and on as I want to down here. I can see that calendar that I just created, personal birthdays. It's right here. And again, to create those new events, I click new meeting. Pop popped up over here. Let me bring it over to the screen. And again, I can title it, I can color code it, and I can create the event. I can also make it reoccurring. And this is a little bit more detailed, but again, it's the same thing. I can do yearly, reoccurs every year on this date. Click OK. And then again, I just have all my different options here. A cool thing that you can do also is scheduling assist. So like if you're gonna share this with other people on your team, you can come here and you can see if they're busy or not. But again, that only works if you're in a team with others and have invited them. Okay, so it's very similar in the app versus the online. Okay, does anybody have any questions?
No questions in the chat.
Okay. Well, and I think that's pretty much it for scheduling a reoccurring event. It's a pretty simple task. And then also color coding them as well. It's pretty easy.
Well, thank you, Amber. We
Thank you,
do try
Christine.
to make our lunch and learn just little nuggets of information. And so sometimes they are very short, but this is exactly our goal. It's just to give you a little taste of something that you've been trying to learn and without it taking up your entire lunch break. So Amber, thank you for sharing this information with our viewers. It will be posted onto our Tech Bites channel. And so we do want to encourage everybody to join us live when you can, and when you can't, please go ahead and look at the archived sessions in our Tech Bites channel. So thank you for joining us, and we hope that you have enjoyed learning just a little bit more about your Microsoft Calendar, and we hope to see you again real soon. Thank you, Amber, and thank you, everyone.